Do you know that Singlish has grammar too, and there's actually a dialect? Yeah, watch on cause we'll explain why I speak Singlish and why some people don't So, before you click away, do note that I have a PhD in linguistic, which is the study of language.
Yeah, sometimes I'm also quite shocked at how smart I am.
This is why I can speak such perfect Singlish. But firstly, what is Singlish? Before you can understand what is Singlish, you need to first understand languages and dialects. You see, the easiest way to explain language is this. If you can understand what the other party is talking about, then you're talking the same language. So English is a language. But how about Singlish? Singlish is a dialect. You see, every language has many dialects. For example, English has British English, American English, Australian English, Amos English, etc. And Singlish is one of the dialects. But you must be thinking, aren't dialects like Hokkien or Cantonese? Well, actually it's both yes and no. Hokkien and Cantonese are dialects of Mandarin. But people with PhD in languages are still arguing whether they are languages by themselves or dialects. Since while they use the same Mandarin words, some Hokkien speakers might not understand a Cantonese speaker. So technically speaking, you're actually wrong if you say that Hokkien is a dialect. Now, how did Singlish come about? Usually, dialects are created by locations. You see, a long time ago, people from other countries need to trade with us, but they speak English. Then our great-great-grandparents speak other languages. So, to communicate, they made up sentences. A Singaporean want to say, I have eaten, but he didn't know the sentence structure, only the words. So he borrowed the Hokkien sentence structure instead, which is, what jiak ba liao, and so it becomes, I eat full liao. The English speakers roughly understood what they meant, and this continued until Singlish is born. So if you have noticed, the sentence structure of Singlish actually follow Mandarin sentence structure quite closely. That's their grammar. As for vocabulary, which high SES people call diction, they are also heavily borrowed, like makan, sian, siao, and many others.
So here's something shocking.
Singlish has grammar too. You see, you can't say this, I liao eat full. People won't understand, cause the grammatically correct structure is I eat full liao. Basically, Singlish isn't a wrong English. It's just another variety of English with its own set of diction and syntax, which you can call it the vocab and grammar. So it's just different. But why does your English teachers approve of it?
Although they use it when you're not around.
That's because the authorities are afraid that Singaporeans are unable to code switch, which is the ability to use different dialects in different contexts. You see, Singapore English is a dialect that comprises two sub-dialects. One is standard Singapore English, which is what your English teacher, Mrs. Tan, teach. For that, everyone in the world who know English can understand easily, because it's like British or American English. The second is called the name sounds complicated, but it simply means Singlish. Singlish can be understood too, but it takes longer. The authorities are afraid that we are so used to Singlish that when we speak to English people, we use Singlish too. But there's something even darker. You see, there's something known as carton 3 circles of English. So this is what it looks like. Basically, people in the inner circle are English native speakers, like people in the US, UK, etc. The people in the outer circle are native speakers, but they can speak English. The one in the expanding circle use English for formal purposes only. So you see, we Singaporeans like to be high SES, so we want to speak like those in the inner circle. This is why some pretentious people like to speak with a UK or US accent, even if they live in Singapore. Cannot be right. If you want another example, just think of what happens when an Angmoh speak to you in US English. Subconsciously, you want to speak in his or her accent. But strangely, when a foreigner who isn't from the inner circle speaks to you in English, you won't change your accent subconsciously. It's all because we perceive people in the inner circle to be high SES, and we want to be high SES. So basically, one of the reasons why we avoid Singlish is to sound high SES. Yeah, that right.